Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. We are back for some more TYM replays, and Master is actually waiting for me, so I'm gonna jump in and get him in the call. Hello, how are you doing, Master?
Hey,
Are you ready for some Cloak and Dagger?
oh, we already have C&D replays? Nice.
We've got one C&D replay. October is kind of trickling in a little bit slow, but I guess like the weekend still hasn't happened yet, so
Yeah, I haven't started my games yet.
that's fair. I've started all of my games except for like the one that needed the mod. Start those in like a day or two, but I've been very active, and this is like the most I've actually played TYM in a long time, and very much enjoying it. I actually like did not realize how much I missed just like playing for the sake of playing.
Yeah, I mean, 2am is pretty fun. It's also relaxed, so, that
Yeah,
helps.
I've definitely been having fun, shall we say. I got like a very funny message from Respozo when I was playing him. Just doing unexpected things. But okay, let me get the screen share up and get into the game. Got Skyro versus Respozo. I haven't seen Cloak and Dagger in years at this point, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's a cool map.
Looking forward to the differences in Wargroove 2, but I guess once we're actually in the game, we can talk about that.
Yeah, Trooper could be good now. I'm not sure if it is, but like there are some ideas.
Yeah, I mean it's
Haven't
very
looked
heavy
into it
terrain,
much.
so
Yeah.
right, let's get started. Alright, everybody, we've got TYM October, the first replay that we'll be covering. So we've got Rasposa versus Skyro, Lytra versus Sedge.
Yeah, and this is Cindy.
Yeah, very old school map. Came along in like just after Double Trouble, I believe, was when we started playing on this. Had a rather infamous first iteration that was very disliked, and then was quickly changed after that, and became, I think, actually like a fairly like popular map after that point. Definitely love interesting games, and we have it here in Wargroove too.
Yeah, and then we see a difference in the opening. Skyro is going for the what I like calling the Su opening, like moving Sio through center to the other side, and Rasposa is going for, what I like to call the math opening, you know,
Yeah.
which is staying on that side with Sio. It is a bit weird. I don't think he did it correctly. Yeah. You're supposed to heal on the village that got stolen. But, if the village gets stolen, you can't heal there. You need a knight at the earliest timing, so if that village gets stolen from, knight kills the sword that stole from it, and then it's good for you. But since he went knights on the other side first, Rasposa wasn't able to do that. So he starts with an opening disadvantage. Pretty big one.
Okay, we see the first golem coming out. Both players have a lot of money at this point, so would not surprise me if we see a golem coming out from Rasposa as well. And I know golems were strong before, mountain golem obviously was a bit of a thing back in the day, but how do golems hold up on like this version of C&D?
I mean, I don't think it'll be that different. They'll still be strong. Yeah, they don't have to walk through any heavy terrain. They will be slightly limited. They won't be able to get like the super defensive positions by going on mountains, but like their movement won't be obstructed necessarily. So I think they will be pretty strong. Yeah. Harpies might also be a thing. Harpies have been decent on C&D in Wargroove 1 because tower is pretty advanced.
Yeah, lots of mountain for them to play with as well. Like we see that harpy crit.
Yeah. And now the thing is they get nerfed by all the air hate with the flagstone, but now they have that one additional move that I think is important. Can we see Resposo making another harpy? Yeah.
Yeah. And Skyro is just like, okay, oh wow, actually, scratch that. He's just gonna go in.
Lethal?
No, he
No.
might just go for damage.
Oh, it takes out the mates. That's the only mates there. I don't know about hitting sets there though.
Guess the mage shield's gonna come down.
No, why would it?
Oh, I guess not. I figured like healing both swords, but
Nah, that's too little value. I think the sword should just not have attacked.
well,
I guess.
there's no counter attack on it though. So, oh, well, I guess he's gonna. Ooh, but that's a dead full health sword in response.
Yeah. No, you don't need to counterattack it though. It dealt so little to sets. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, it. Oh, but it did force him back to heal.
Well, not like sets could attack there, right?
True, but I mean, like the gold difference is probably gonna be more than anything like an annoyance. Okay, and now we just see Skyro just constantly putting pressure on. This is like a pretty good attack. Shocks the air trooper up on that mountain. Actually, yeah, both mountains are covered by air troopers now. I guess he's just using them to block terrain more than anything.
And Trooper not horrible when it gets to sit on mountains. Yeah, Trooper might be good on this map. It also might have like early ideas. Oh. Yeah, one Harpy dies. And it looks like Archer's gonna get hit. Yeah, Response is getting like some big counterattacks this turn.
Yeah, that south side's really not looking good for Skyro, but that being said, this north side is not looking great for Rasposo right now. Has to retreat with their commander. Barracks is under quite a bit of pressure. Lytra is going to have tier 2. I think she's just out of range to actually grab stuff though. Like she could have potentially have yoinked stuff away from the barracks and then just taken it.
It still could be scary for Sads. Okay, not gonna pop tier 2 this turn, I guess.
Oh?
Oh, no. Oh, it can get killed on that mountain, yeah. Just gonna kill a golem with tier 2, that's fine.
Yeah?
Although I wonder if you just skip tier 2 there, that golem is kinda trapped anyway, right? And then next turn tier 2 can be used to flip their axe. On the flip side, now that you have used tier 2 immediately, you probably flip their axe without needing it next turn. So, you know, both answers are around as good.
Rasposo's pulling back a bit on the south
Oh,
side,
yeah.
realizes they can't.
Looks like
win
his
there.
knight got crit by... Yeah, his knight got crit by Skyro's knight.
Here goes nothing.
That's a dangerous place to put commander. Feels very confident. Doesn't hit the barracks, interestingly. Ooh, that's a big hex.
Yeah. But, yeah, because it's full HP, the axe won't be easily taken out.
Yeah, like you really like at this kind of point you just hope that you have a knight or something in position to.
Yeah, but no knight there, so... At this point you're hoping for 2 sides on it, which would be very easy to get with Groove, but you don't have Groove anymore.
That's a dead witch. If Scar wants it to be Archer, can get the hit first before witch goes in.
Yeah. That's probably what he should do, right?
Yeah, and Scar really nice repositioning of his army. Oh, he's going for Sedge instead. Crit
Oh,
damage.
is there a lethal here? No, he's on a mountain. There's no way it's a lethal, right?
Yeah, especially you would hex first if there was. Although maybe there's a Lytra tier 1?
Oh, it's pretty fast. Maybe she's getting it.
Maybe. 76%?
Oh, no. It's...
This one's damage. And I don't know why Scar didn't hex first there.
I guess the point was maybe to wait until the end of the turn to calculate what he needs to build. I mean, he could have done that at the start.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you wanna do your builds first. In async, you could technically just calculate the whole turn first, but you know, most people are used to playing sync. And you just make the moves, you see the end state, and then you calculate builds, and then you're like, okay, I have the money for a hex now.
Ooh. Now we're seeing the tier 1 getting some good value.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. But does it save the racks? I don't think so. Oh, said didn't have enough money for a good heal. Only at 6, that could be dangerous.
Is there enough to get things in range? I guess Balloon's gonna go down. And yeah, Witch is gonna follow. This is gonna be a huge follow-up on this actually. Archer
Oh
takes
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
pretty massive damage. I'm wondering if Sedge could have died. It doesn't matter anymore, but you know.
I think the terrain is just a bit too
Puzzle.
heavy.
Yeah, because there was a Knight crit, but you had to clear his Knight to do it. So was that possible? Maybe not.
Okay, we're gonna see a couple more sadistic rushes coming in here. Gonna pick up that air trooper as well. Actually gonna limit where Sedge can heal though. Basically only this village now.
I mean, that village is a pretty good place to heal, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harpy covers backside. You're on a forest too. And Lytra used Groove, so she's not gonna get another tier 1 this turn, right?
I actually don't know. 43%. Just depends on what the follow-up is. Knight's gonna go down as well. Alright, she's not gonna get Groove, but you'll have it next turn.
Yeah, and too much army is dying. Like Sedge is pretty efficient with all those grooves, but it's not enough. Yeah, and
Double hex just to kill the archer and do some other damage.
wow, spent so much money on those hexes. But he is up econ, so he can afford to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you just want to press advantage at this point.
And this Rax is down now.
This poor mage at the top left has just been sitting there all alone, but yeah,
And
nicely
Resposa
done.
resigns. Recognize that the Rax is lost, so there is no way to play on.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can't build out of it anymore just because everything's trapped.
Yeah, and it will be flipped in a few turns. Like there is too much there from Skyro.
Yeah. I guess, like, if he had Sedge tier 2 at this point, like, maybe you can keep playing it out, but no, there's
Yeah.
like double golem and like you don't
Oh,
have
even
enough-
then, yeah. If he needed to have Sedge tier 2 like a couple of turns earlier, and then he would have won the fight. Probably.
Yeah, but I liked Skyro's game plan of just like put a lot of pressure directly onto Sedge, make sure he can't just farm Groove. Take advantage of the fact that Lytra is really strong in this kind of heavy terrain. Like-
Yeah, Lytra has great ideas on this map. It might be like one of her better maps, maybe her best map
Yeah,
out of like at least Wargroove 1 style competitive maps, like the standard maps.
Yeah.
Because she would really like to push against either Rax or HQ, and you know, she does one or the other depending on your opening. And then in both cases there is like heavy terrain and you're playing near the edge of the map. It's like very easy to kill stuff with her.
well played. Skyro's gonna take it. The first commentated replay of this TYM. I think I was the first person to submit a replay, but you know, I played it like super early and like did a live game with someone, but This
Oh,
feels
it
like
was
the
on the
first.
FTA map too, right?
It was on the FTA map,
Yeah.
which got fixed. So, but anyway, well played, Disco. We're gonna take it. All right, which game are we gonna do now? So I think that's the only October one we can do.
I guess we're going back.
Going back, yeah, which is fine. I haven't made the thumbnails for October yet. I'm going to not this QM because the way I was looking at it was November was the first QM like last year. So I'm gonna keep the October ones in a similar style to the ones I've been doing so far, and then like when we've done like essentially like the full year of TYM, I'm gonna like make the updated ones and have them be a lot nicer.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess I could. Nah, I'm gonna be busy this week, so. But yeah.
Oh, by the way, yes, it's not like directly related to Wargroove, but it's an Athena Crisis thing. I want your take. How would you value a two-range, manually targeted meteor thing? Like by two range, I mean it affects 13 tiles, like center, then the adjacent tiles to center, and then the adjacent tiles to those. That's 13, and that does like 50, 40, 30. Less as you go away from center. 50 is only the central tile. How would you value that in comparison to 20, 20 to everything, 20 global? My,
I would say like the meteor is stronger, like the targeted one. Although I'm thinking about it from like a Wargroove perspective more, but in the sense of, I think like a targeted one is generally stronger in that kind of AOE, just because you're able to set up like a. It's hard to say because it's very situational. Because you could push up against like your opponent's army and they could be very like clumped up and you could get a lot of damage that way.
yeah, if they clamp, it's certainly better, but other times they're trying to play against it, so they're less clamped. But that's also a cost they have to pay for you having the thing.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a good point as well. Like you're forcing your opponent to spread out just through the existence and pressure of it, as opposed to global, which is just kind of like a almost like an I win button.
I mean, it's not that amazing, but yeah, there is no like the only counterplay to global is like don't let your units get finished, because that's when it really gets value. When you take the big econ damage, which you can't avoid, but also like it enables a bunch of one shots.
Yeah.
Whereas the meteor is like much harder to counterplay the one shots, because you know they target it, but you don't have as much econ damage. So you want to counterplay it a little bit so that it doesn't like you don't clamp and it deals like massive amounts. But yeah, you can't counterplay it too much, and you also pay cost for counterplay. It's weird. I'm not sure which is more valuable. Anyway.
I mean, it very much comes down to situational. Like, for example, you know, we like to talk about how Lytra isn't that good, right? I mean, she's definitely got like her strengths, but she's definitely like in a mid-tier position. But if you look at like Cloak and Dagger, I'm like, oh, she's a lot stronger like on this map.
Yeah, the meteor would be busted on Cloak and Dagger, and
Oh, for
global
sure,
wouldn't
yeah.
be as good. Yeah, whereas in something like a headland, you would prefer the global usually.
Maybe, although I guess you could play like a very aggro style with that kind of global. Like you just go all in on one side, and then just like slam your opponent's army. But yeah, like it definitely changes a lot depending on the map and situation.
Anyway, back to Wargroove.
That's a Wargroove.
Also, this isn't Cloak and Dagger, right?
This is not Cloak and Dagger. You're correct. This is a what map was this? In Memoriam. Okay, your other favorite.
Nice. Now I'm getting all my favorite maps this stream.
Yeah, I mean, we'll vary it up a little bit, but at some point we need to get my games covered. I think is
Yeah, now that you've given me access, I'll do your games like soonish. Like, probably not today since we're doing this, but you're not gonna stream tomorrow, right?
that's correct. I won't be streaming tomorrow.
Yeah, so I can stream tomorrow and do your games.
Heck yeah. I think I might finish up a couple more of my TYMs as well. So
Okay.
I know you're not the biggest Fog fan, but like some of my Half Cake Island games were actually like really funny.
I'll try to get somebody who knows something about folk for those. I guess Sparky, if he
Yeah.
wants to.
Yeah, Sparky. I think Sedgen knows a decent amount about Fog.
Yeah, I'll ping them and see. Sezan hasn't been active lately. I think he's busy with something.
Yeah, although I have been playing him in TYM, but I think he is studying. I don't know if he wants me to talk about what he's doing, but I think he's like decided like what he wants to study like his long term, so he's
That's cool.
focusing on that, which is cool. Yeah, it is really cool.
Anyway, let's hop into the game.
Let's get this in memo
Actually-
done. I think we've got a couple in memos to do, and then yeah. All right, let's get into it. All right, everybody, we got another in memoriam game, Valder versus Ragna. Is actually kind of an even matchup these days.
I mean, I don't think Valder has fallen that far.
Maybe.
But
I mean,
maybe.
I've seen a bunch of Ragna play recently where I'm just like, oh, she's actually got some stuff. Like, I think that she's like still a bit weak overall, especially like relative to the top tiers, but her groove kind of hits hard.
Okay, so Sedgan making 2 mistakes. He did wrong order on both sides. He decapped with second sword instead of third on non-CO side, and on CO side he sent first sword to heal CO and second back instead of doing the opposite.
Okay, Mr.
But-
Cat isn't gonna knock down the village in the bottom right though.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Mr. Cat did CO side correctly, but went fourth side for the village, which is not gonna be enough.
Yeah,
And that's really bad.
I guess at this point you might as well just build a mage and then knock it down with that, but no, this is gonna take that sword a while. Maybe didn't recognize that the village had like an extra 5 health on it or something. Like thought it was at like 40 instead of 45.
Yeah, you see the big number on the badge, and it can confuse you if
Yeah.
you don't hover. But you know, it has to start with something. It can't start at 0 turn 1. It needs to start at 5. So maybe we should be starting it at 6, so so people can tell you know.
That's actually a good idea. Just so it like shows the correct number to make it easier for people to
On the
calculate.
badge, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did it 5 in Wargroove 1, so that the minimum damage worked. Like, sword did 35 minimum, so it wasn't RNG. But, you know, now it always does 40. So it's showing a 4. So.
Oh, imagine if we'd done 6 in Wargroove 1 and like the occasional, just like it doesn't flip. Oh. Thinking about RNG is just like painful memories.
I swear, I didn't realize how much I disliked RNG until I played without it. Like, I was against removing all RNG until I played Wargroove 2. Because I theoretically knew that RNG has some benefits, and I thought I liked those. But then I played Wargroove 2 and I'm like, wait, they are actually like not worth it. No,
There was a point in playtesting where a lot, like some people were like, oh, you know, I like RNG, whatever, and then the similar experience to you, like they played without it and they were like, oh, this is like just better. And similar with when beach combat happened, like when naval units could get hit on the beach and they could attack land units on the beach, and then the moment we actually started playing with that, people were like, this is great. Like, this actually makes naval and land far more dynamic than it used to be.
Mr. Cat getting trooper value.
Yeah, and actually a really nice push on this left-hand side. Does a lot of damage. Will Sedgehan have a good counter-attack? He's gonna have double spear coming. Oh, and a good knockdown in that village, actually.
Also, I was saying Valor is better than Ragnar, but like on this map, you get a bunch of pikes, and then most of your swords feel like they die early. So that's a weird map for Valder.
Kind of curious. I mean, Mr. Cat's obviously going to save for tier 2 at this point. Might even go cross-map with it. Just for that big damage. The one thing I've noticed Valdar struggles with is he gets surrounded very easily. He just lacks mobility tools, like his groove doesn't work if he's got stuff around him. Not like, even like a Sigrid can like at least break a unit and then create an opening for your army to follow up.
I thought Mr. Cat was doing pretty well with the trades, but looking at the end state now that the dust has settled, Sedgehan is up a lot of econ. Like, he's up all the econ.
Yeah.
That's actually massive. Yeah, so maybe he was getting those bad trades because he was pushing up that far. But then it doesn't matter if you trade badly. As long as you don't lose all your units. Like, eating a lot of value damage. If you can keep a big econ advantage, you're actually still ahead. Although Mr. Cat is kind of taking some stuff back.
Yeah, he's gonna flip a couple things back on this side. He's got an archer to defend. There's like very little anti-air. This mage is super far out still. So Harpy's gonna get some damage in.
Oh yeah, Sedgehan has been. We saw that in the tournament too. He was building way too few mages and not developing them far enough or quickly enough. And then getting punished. I mean, we've all done that a few times, but I think I saw it from Sedgehan a lot. Oh, I'm not slandering him. Hope I remember correctly.
No, I think that's a fair criticism to give.
I'm gonna break you!
Okay, this is tier 2. Lands does minimal damage? Only hits the knight.
I mean, it hit the knight pretty well, but I'm not sure that's enough for a tier 2.
Yeah, that could have been a lot more, I think.
I don't think it justifies the use of tier 2.
Maybe just wants to get ready to put pressure on Stronghold though. That is looking very open. And the knight was like one of the few things defending it.
Yeah, but then don't you just like walk forward and keep tier 2 for when you actually attack the stronghold?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, that is the much better use of it. I guess like the big thing here is that it managed to damage the knight heavily while also keeping Ragnar on full health.
I mean, yeah, knight is also in full health now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's no attack on this HQ. Also, I guess maybe you can get tier 1 to attack the HQ with.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
there's a lot
Ragnar
of fighting on this.
charges. Yeah, so it charges so quickly.
Yeah, oh, she's got 72. Oh, wow. Maybe the play was just to get...
Oh.
Okay, knight's heavily injured but not dead yet. Ragnar...
Yeah, it's not gonna be quick enough to attack HQ, but
Gonna have tier 1 again. Okay. You know what? I can respect that. Like, if you think, oh, I'm gonna get my tier 2 again, then... Yeah, actually, that's not too bad. And, like, you forced your opponent to spend, like, 550 gold or something healing a knight. And also reposition their entire army defensively. Because this bottom right is now... Yeah.
yeah, then you can, you know, get some econ back. So maybe it makes sense.
Oh, this looks like a very juicy target for a tier 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
By my hand, rise.
Oh, but Sedgehan. I actually I like this idea from Sedgehan as well, though. Like, just constantly pressing tier 1 over and over just to get unit count up.
Yeah, I mean tier 2 is probably not gonna get much value on this map.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to do the tier 1 strat.
Unstoppable!
Oh, cross map. Lands on the mountain. Is that
But it only
actually
hits the
gonna...
bike.
I mean, it allows for the wall break though, which is nice.
Yeah, I guess. Don't see it doing that much. Then again, it's like a very cheap tier 1. You don't need to do that much.
Yeah, although, you know, 37% on Ragna again, like...
Yeah.
There is, like, I guess, in a very grindy map like this one, there's a big reward for just, like, constantly just pressing your groove. Because you're just gonna use it to build more groove.
Yeah, that's fair. But let's see if it outgrinds Sedge's money advantage. Because he still has some money advantage.
Yeah, and, you know, unit count as well. He's just been, like, constantly building swords. Actually gonna get another tier 1 this turn, I think.
Yeah, and he's... I don't know, he just kills a bunch of units.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get a tier 1 next turn. Oh, he goes at the end of his turn, yeah. He's gonna press at the start of next turn then. I don't know about setting that mage like that.
Oh, you look at the unit count though on Mr. Cat's side, like... If he's just
Yeah.
running out of things to fight with, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, Sedge just has too much. Yeah. That's weird. I feel like I missed some moments where he probably picked up a few units. I guess last turn he also picked up like quite a few of them. But
Yeah, he's had like 5 tier 1s at this point as well, so...
5? Wait, really?
I think he's had like 4 and he's sitting on his 5th right now. Something ridiculous
Nah.
like that. He's had a
I think
lot
this
of
is
tier 1s.
like- I think this is like the third, right?
No, he's definitely had 3 up until this point.
Okay, so I missed one of them. There's no way 5. 5 would be like 500.
Oh, I
groove.
mean, like, I think he's sitting on his 5th, but like... Okay.
Yeah, it would have meant he has built 500 groove till now. If you're sitting on his 5th. Then 14, there's no way, right? Damn,
Yeah.
now I want to go back and check the VOD.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had the little charts actually. So we could see the groove. But he's spammed so much tier 1 and he's gonna have tier 2 next turn. For sure. And
And he got a pretty big attack now. Ragnar has the groove to escape.
yeah. Ooh. I mean, I guess the knight on the way out, but I think she might just be dead. Like, this
I mean,
army is
even if
so
she
weak at this
isn't-
point.
Her army is, yeah, there's no unit count left. Everything is gonna die this turn.
Like mage shields coming in.
Oh,
Makes
to
sense.
clear the balloon. Yeah, so now he's probably dead.
Oh yeah, archer as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you go for the double sword crit. I think you just go for like spear plus commander.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't get to see a tier 2. I'm sad actually. I would love to have seen that.
Oh, Setsun is trying to kill as many units as he can.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, there was another side too.
Oh, he can actually kill with the sword as well. Because he's just gonna... Oh, I mean... he should finish with the sword. I know he can
Yeah.
he's gonna do the spear, but... Okay.
He could have also done very heavy damage to the HQ.
Yeah. I think you would need 2 sword crits to get it, but...
I think even 2 sword crits barely miss kill.
Well, what
think it's
doesn't
like
miss kill is...
Yeah, 4 sides on Sion doesn't miss kill.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and Setsun with double the kills. Yeah, as the game was going on, I didn't notice that he was trading so much more efficiently, unit count wise.
Yeah, I mean, and he also just like kept being able to constantly reinforce, which was huge. Like, just constantly pumping out extra swords just to like make the unit count on the right hand side higher.
And then you also gotta wonder how much it mattered that Mr. Cat wasn't able to dig up that village in one move and had to spend 2 turns on it.
Oh, that's huge as well, actually.
Yeah.
That's one of those like small things that really adds up. I mean, there's a poll on like the Discord right now that I think Sequoia put up, which was like, you know, which is the more valuable thing in like a game, like having a good opening or like any of these other things, like army control.
I mean, I didn't like that poll because, like, one of the options was 3 dudes. And, like, the quiz was really good, except 3 dudes invalidates every other thing. Like, if you give 3 dudes, it doesn't matter how good your game plan and your opening were and whatever else. But if, you know, if you removed 3 dudes from that, I would say, yeah, it's a really interesting poll to consider, you know, how much the opening matters, how much game plan matters, how much CO difference matters, and stuff like that.
I still think opening is the bigger thing.
Bigger than giving 3 dudes? Nah.
Oh, for sure. If you give up like an extra like 3 villages at the start or something like that, just because your opening isn't as effective, then like
Well,
you can just straight up
usually,
lose.
usually an opening efficiency thing would be like 1 village, right? Not 3 villages. It's not usually that massive. Like, there is the question of scale. Like, the same way when I'm talking about 3 dudes, I'm not talking about half your army. But, you know, it doesn't matter how well you opened. If you give half your army as 3 dudes, you will lose. But if we're talking like smaller scale, 1 village down in the opening, or 1, 2, 3 dudes, like, I would say the 3 dudes are almost always more impactful. Because, like, in this game, it's so easy to flip villages, and it's pretty easy to snowball unit count advantages. Anyway,
Anyway,
speaking of unit count advantages, Setson
Yeah.
had it, and he won pretty easily with it.
yeah, he built at least 5 swords that game just with Wargroove, which is pretty good in a game that lasted 15 turns.
I still don't think it was 5, but
I
sure,
mean-
even if it was 4,
I
that's
mean,
a lot of swords.
I'm including the 2 from the tier 2 there.
Oh, right. It was tier 2, the last one was tier 2. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the next game. Alright, I think there's like 1 or 2 MMO games. I think we're just gonna cover everything that isn't yours or mine. And I'll do like a Thursday stream where I cover like the ones that have you and that didn't get covered. I'll find someone else to co-commentate that day.
Yeah.
I do like this idea of just like we can cover everything now, and like not everybody has to be around to commentate everything. That is like a very nice, appealing feeling to me.
I mean, everybody being around was more of a climax of worlds thing,
Yeah,
where it made a lot of sense.
yeah, but I mean, just like the idea that like the work's kind of gonna get more distributed, I think is just, in my eyes, like a very nice thing of just.
Yeah.
I can put up a bunch of my own replays, and then I know that they'll get commentated at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not about everybody being there. That's like, you don't have to literally be there every time.
Yeah,
That was the difference.
and like, yeah, just like the fact that I can't do my own replays takes a lot
Yeah.
of pressure off of me, which is good. Okay, we got a pink Koji. Interesting. Emmerich. Ooh, this is actually gonna be a really interesting matchup. So, Rasposa versus Marco.
Ooh, Emmerich. Probably really good here, right?
Yeah, I think you could do a lot with archers on this map.
Yeah. Maybe not as much as you could on open season. And on open season it was still like probably slightly worse than Greenfinger. Or at least harder to play than the Greenfinger Golem Spam strat. Here Golem Spam, you know, not much of a thing, I'd say. Or at least, nerfed. But Emmerich also nerfed. But he's also, not fighting Greenfinger, fighting Koji, who shouldn't be that strong here. So that's gonna be interesting. I think Emmerich has the advantage over Koji.
Yeah, although Koji can still do some stuff on this map that is
A
terrifying.
big part of Koji is lethal, that's the thing. And
Yeah.
then, like, if you're Emmerich, you're not scared of that. And Emmerich should always have, like, some extra mages because they benefit from his groove. So another
but
part
I'm-
of Koji is, like, he overloads your anti-air, but...
Oh, but like, I'm not thinking Emmerich lethal, I'm thinking Stronghold lethal.
I guess. But you can put your crystal, you can front switch Sio, and then put your crystal there, and it covers the path to Stronghold. That could be one thing.
Well, I
It
guess
depends on
we're-
how quick the Stronghold lethal threat is. I don't think it's very quick with Koji, that's the thing.
I guess we're gonna see. Let's get into the game.
Yep.
Alright, everybody, we got Razpozo playing in the rain, apparently. Putting some weather on for this one.
I mean, it's only cosmetic, so they get to do that in Wargroove too.
Yeah, very true. Maybe Marco set up the lobby and was like, I don't want their archers to have that much range.
Okay, second sword hitting from maps. Yeah, that's not ideal. Let's see what Resposo does. Okay, Resposo doing it correctly. And it's funny, maps is player 2. Ooh, also caps from the wrong tile. Yeah, you should move on a mountain to cap that. That's rough. Yeah, so Resposo opening a lot better.
Oh, wagon opening.
Oh, right as I praise his opening. He goes wagon. That's really bad, I think.
Maybe there's like a late game play here though, where you go for... Huh. That's actually really interesting.
Like, I don't think wagon does anything, and there is flagstone, like, blocking its path through center. So, like, the main thing wagon would do is, like, front switch Zio. But you can't do that this map. So you just make balloons, they're so much better with the terrain.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like Wagon has the other advantage that with Emerald Crystal, they wall extremely efficiently.
I mean, balloons are also pretty good walls with Emery Crystal.
Yeah, also true.
But yeah, neither player went for the early suicide night. Which I like really hate not going for this. Like, why not?
I mean, I guess it's TOM, they want to give stuff a try.
A spell for this.
Ooh, this Emmerich positioning is so cool. He gets like 2 crits, right?
Yep. Oh, he's gonna go for the... Oh, no, he's got the second sword, though.
Oh, not going for the other crit?
I guess just wants to damage the sword. I can respect it. Wants to make sure their opponent's army... Because there's only like 2 units that can counterattack here. And getting that mage that far forward that quickly is actually... means it can then go on that tile. So even if this sword got cleared, which it looks like it will, the mage is going to get a crit and actually kill that pike.
Oh, that doesn't kill it more, right?
Okay, well, it will effectively kill that pike.
This should do the trick.
And nothing here is going to really challenge a mage in a forest.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
Oh,
it
it
kills?
does? Oh, it's on road.
Oh, it's on road. Yeah, it's on road. That's why it kills. Yeah, on plains it doesn't kill anymore, but on road it does.
Yeah, and like, are you going to throw like 3 swords into a mage on a forest?
Yeah, there's no way that would be worth it.
So, interesting like timing coming... Oh, okay, Maps just wants to go for it.
He's gonna do it. Oh, he then builds a harpy. Yeah, that's not good enough. No, those swords are dead now.
Yeah, I guess like, oh wow, it doesn't even kill his village. Knight doesn't cover either. Oh no, Koji. It's not too bad actually. There's not really a lot of stuff here to punish that. Just
No,
this like
yes, you can
constant.
just
Lightning
Oh, sorry.
blast.
so you can just walk that village. Like that was a thing in Wargroove 1 too, a lot where like your CO barely doesn't have the HP to kill that, or it heals uh too much before you reach it. But like you just walk it. It's like they don't have much to stop you, ever at that timing. Right? So your CO just walks it, and then you finish it next turn.
Okay. Oh, Koji's actually gonna have tier 1 fairly soon. Actually, finally hitting that gate with like a very low health sword is incredibly efficient for Groove. Like you could just have a sword sitting that all day, just hitting that gate.
Yeah. Okay, some decent damage here, and yeah, this is like. Okay, and Dragon also joins. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
okay defense for HQ. Maybe more than okay.
This should
You could
do
probably do a bit less and be fine.
I feel like people don't necessarily want to do that though.
Yeah, it's scary for sure.
Okay, yeah, crits the spear. Makes sense. The spear's the scary unit there, so.
Sword dies for it, but that spear's also dead for it now. All the units are being traded on this right hand side. Okay, okay. Yeah, maps is reinforcing quite a lot actually.
Yeah, although that harpy's gonna get killed.
Yeah. But then, yeah, Rasposa has to run then. Doesn't heal that sword. I guess he plans on using all that money for buys. I think I like healing that sword there. Because, like, there are no units left on the front.
Okay, we see an archer getting built. Makes sense. Emmerich is now on tier 2 and will probably get even more groove before he spends this tier 2.
Yeah, it feels like he wants to be on the other side.
Yeah, he does have a. I guess the wagon isn't going to help that much. He could just walk across at this point.
Yeah, the wagon, like, should be able to help in such situations, but, you know, it barely does anything here. Like, because it can't move through that flagstone. Okay, I suppose we're able to, like, flip the other side now, finally. Which is where he put all his units, so, you know, he should get to do that.
Yeah, and he's like a tiny bit ahead on economy. Obviously, that's going to change. This one sword is just going to hit this gate forever. I actually love that. I love that it's just like this tiny little groove generator sitting on the right hand side.
Yeah, Marco keeps running forward.
Yeah, and there's not anything to really stop him. Ooh, doesn't go for the village though.
Huh. He could have flipped that. Not flipped it, he could have killed it. And instead he mage healed? I mean, you can mage heal next turn.
This should protect us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's... Huh.
Like an okay position for that, I guess. You know, wagon in front.
Yeah, I guess it's a fine position. It seemed a bit too passive at first, but then again, those archers have 5 range, so... You know.
Yeah, and they're gonna get to stand like pretty close to the center and still get that range bonus.
Yeah. It's not about the defense, really. It's about the range. Oh. That might be a bit too deep. I don't know about that.
You thinking like killing the balloon, maybe? Oh, okay. That's an interesting exchange, but... Oh, the balloon lives? Oh yeah, because the... Oh, he should have mage healed first. but I guess
yeah,
you
now
wanted
it
to.
feels like. Doesn't it feel like Koji gets like kind of trapped here?
Well, the only things that are kind of close are like the spears. So
I mean, you could have put like the wagon behind him.
maybe, but he can still walk to the right. He's got a whole bunch of army there.
Well, if you put the wagon behind him, he needs to move through forest, and it's awkward, right?
Yeah, not really. Like, look at the amount of army that's on this right-hand side. Like, he could walk back pretty safely.
Let's hope this works.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess.
these are going to be interesting because
Was that tier 2?
that was tier 2.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know how they're going to work in this situation because there's these archers that can. I mean, this archer can crit it from where it's standing. Actually, bows
Ooh.
can crit,
Ooh, do those die? They probably die, yeah.
probably.
They don't have that much more health. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, very smartly. Oh, we see the heel go off there. I think that's actually that's never going to get fixed. I don't think because I think the developers have said that they're pretty much done with Wargroove 2 at this point.
Wait, really?
Maybe. I mean, that was something Fly Sniper was talking to me about. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But that Koji bomb heal, it only happens when it gets killed by something, right?
Yeah, it happens when it detonates without you pressing the detonate button. So when your opponent kills it, or when it's, you know, killed in some other way. I think you can. Can you frog pull it somewhere to kill it or something like that? No, it can go everywhere, so that wouldn't work probably. Yeah, when your opponent kills it, though, that's what happens. I guess you could kill it with frog pulls on something. Yeah, until to damage it like 5 times with frog pulls or like pushes and stuff. Yeah, but when it's killed with damage, I think that's what happens. When you press the detonate, it does the push effect.
Okay, so you were talking about like Koji could get surrounded earlier.
Well,
and-
now.
Yeah, now for sure. Yeah. This army is very like split across the map. Oh, these archers do so much damage. Look at them
And
go.
they can walk out of the. Ooh, yep. Oh, it
So-
doesn't kill the pike, but yeah, Koji's done now. Wow.
Oh yeah, like this is a really bad situation to put it lightly.
And Marco was probably winning Aegon, right? So he just needed to be a bit more careful with his CO on those units he hit. Because, you know, even if CO wasn't there, those units, that's a lot of lost units. They're way too overextended.
Yeah, and he can't really just dive in on the stronghold because these archers will just. There's only one archer that's gonna get the range buff this turn.
I mean, still, the crystal itself is like so much defense.
Yeah.
And you can heal it too. Yeah, it's not possible to fight into that crystal, I don't think. Like it is, but only with a gigantic advantage.
And I appreciate
Oh.
the attempt on like trying to flip the barracks because then he could like produce his own army in this corner. But
Yeah, but it's like there's no way you're gonna be able to do that. Yeah, you would need a massive force to actually like flip and keep that racks. Like your opponent has tower right next to it and like all their army there.
And this is the point where like sword crits are just like super effective against commander. Especially from a mountain. Damn. It's gonna take like very little damage back.
Yeah, but as much as it did.
Yeah, actually it did more damage than it took. That's so rare for a sword. But
Yeah, that's crazy.
and yeah, it's like you don't even need to like fight this army in the south. Oh, archer coming in.
Yeah, and that's just gonna die to hacks, right? Or is he
Probably.
at 11?
Oh, Marco's actually gonna try and fight it out at least.
Oh, Crystal died. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can let it die. Because you know Shio is gonna die next turn no matter what. Koji has like no way to survive.
Alright, Marco just apparently wants to get more eco than anything else in the game. I can kind of respect. Yeah, he had so much money. And I guess just gonna try and... Night crit the commander. Ooh. Wait. He almost had tier 1. That was like almost a counter lethal.
Yeah, that would have been so funny.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there though. Needed just like a little bit more. But
Yeah.
oh, that spear could maybe crit the sword? Actually, oh, maybe there was like potential lethal there.
Oh, the dragon was there. No, you could have moved it where Koji is. The other one. I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe. I don't know where that spear started.
Okay, is this gonna be like a super low health spear kill? It is.
Nah.
Dies to a. Hang on, let me check. It says 1% spear. Oh, what a way to go!
That's funny.
I suppose it takes it. Oh, what an ending! That was a good one.
That was interesting. I thought Marco opened worse, but then he picked up a lot of econ. By being aggressive with Sio, right?
Yeah.
But then he was too aggressive with Sio.
Yeah, although, if he had like a little bit more groove, I think like if the spear that like died right at the end had like a tiny bit more health, I think it could have like spear crit the sword and killed it. And then you can just like throw the low health spear into commander and then follow up with like double Koji bomb. That could like maybe have worked. Oh, actually, there was a sword suicide available on Commander as well, I think.
Yeah, is that enough?
It might have been. Like, you're looking at Emmerich
I
is on
think it's
50. Like, 3 health spear crit plus, like, a sword suicide. I actually think that could have worked.
Yeah, maybe. Not sure, but you know, I mean, for sure, like if it was there, Marco could have like made sure it wasn't there, right? So
Maybe. But,
you know, the thing is like, Koji's position there was like unsalvageable in general. Like when your show is that deep, you're dead.
yeah.
Like your opponent can make someone force there and like lose faster than you in some other way, but your Shio is gonna die if that doesn't happen. It's like that's the thing. Like you can't go that far in unless you've won in some other way.
Sure. Well, that's it for this game. I think we'll do like one more for today, and then we'll call it. So, well played. Rasposa takes the game. Marco just a little bit too deep.
Yep.
Alright, I think I saw like one more memo game. I will say actually, I'm not a huge fan of the rain. It has like a little like flickering when like the lightning comes up.
Yeah, well, it's a nice change of pace, but yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
better
mean,
than
I'm
the
just
new
thinking.
standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like if someone had epilepsy or something, that probably is not super pleasant to watch. But anyway.
I don't think it would trigger something, right? I don't know. I like not a doctor, so I have
Right.
no clue. How
mean,
is
I-
it to, like trigger something?
Yeah, I just think about it from like I mean, for people watching, like I'm disabled, so like I tend to like think about things through that lens fairly often.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, most people don't think about accessibility very much at all unless it has become personal for them, like they themselves have some issue or a relative or something.
Yeah,
I think most people like just forget about it.
yeah. Like, just while
It's
I get
nice.
this next one set up, we'll do this other one. It's like Marco. Oh wait, no, wasn't. Oh, I can't do the Stefan one against you because, you're here. So I'll
Yeah.
do that on Thursday. But alright, we got a Marco versus Scar. I think we can wrap on that. Something interesting I learned. Like all those like lazy gamer like peripheral things you can get. Or like marketed as like, oh, if you don't want to do this thing, like here's this like thing that'll make it
I'm
easier.
not sure what you're talking about. No, I don't think I know about them.
Oh, okay.
Can you give me like an example?
I can't think offhand. I mean, like, an example I can think of, like, for food, though, would be, like, you can get, like, pre-grated cheese. Like, a good example. People are like, oh my god, like, why would you need, like, your cheese to be grated for you? Like, that just seems really lazy. And it's like, no, it's just for, like, people who, like, physically can't use a cheese grater. Like, why that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
exists.
that's fair.
Um,
I'm also, it probably also saves quite a bit of time, like over the years, right?
Yeah. And like, I mean, if you just literally don't own a cheese grater, like, that's like pretty good for you. And it's like, like you just have a machine mass grate cheese and like whatever. But a lot of people are just like, oh, like that just seems kind of lazy or something. It's like, no, like these things exist for, a good reason. Why am I?
Yeah.
Alright. You'd see another Lytra game, I think.
Yeah, Memo is another map where Lighter is pretty good. Though not as good as Cindy, probably.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. C&D is just like, here's everything Lytra could ever want. I actually think she's kind of like strong on Dendritic as well. I'm currently fighting Psychoia on Dendritic. We've been playing that game for like weeks at this point.
That's interesting. You wouldn't guess a Dendritic game would go that long.
It's just been very wild. I won't spoil it too much, but like I'm very good at like staying ahead on economy, but while also trading army, which means I have difficulty finishing games, but also I'm at advantage like pretty much the whole time.
Oh, that's the Shu style of you trade down a bit, but if you keep econ, you're actually ahead.
Yeah.
This is very hard to balance correctly because if you like you get a bit too much, then they get the UC advantage and they also flip your econ after. And then you're like really lost. But if
Yeah.
you do it very well, it's a playstyle with like very, very high potential to like dominate because most people aren't used to it and like can't deal with it when it's done properly.
Yeah. I think you're
Like
gonna
if-
like all of my Dendritic games.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna learn whether I like them or not soon. I guess I'm gonna probably stream tomorrow. Yeah.
Sparky wants to join. Yeah, Sparky, if you're still here.
Oh,
Absolutely
we're
hop
getting
in.
Sparky for the last game. Yeah.
Alright. Yo, welcome in, Sparky.
Hello.
Hey.
Are you down tomorrow to help Mastro speed run through all of my replays?
I won't do them all tomorrow. Like, you can do more than one stream.
That's fair.
Yeah, I should be able to. Just we can find the time, I guess.
Yeah.
That works. I'm busy tomorrow, so
Okay, so if we started around like no sooner than this time, for example, like half an hour from now or something. So 24 and a half hours from now. I mean,
I think
Well,
Looks
we'll
slightly-
talk about it in
yeah,
the end.
you can figure that out.
Yeah.
But all right, I'm gonna very much look forward to enjoying that. But for now, I'm gonna very much look forward to enjoying this game, Skyra versus Marco. Let's get
Okay.
into it. Oh, okay. Or Wargroove could crash. That's also a possibility.
ah,
I've had this
Give
happen
me
a
time
couple
to drink
times.
some water, I guess.
Have I done this one already?
Give me a
Oh,
second.
we might have.
Maybe.
Nature and twins. Oh wait,
Is
no,
it-
you did this one.
Have I done
You
this
did
one?
this one.
Okay, let's go for it.
Skyroll just ended up never using Nitro T2 and walked to the stronghold and killed it while Marco got decent T2 value, but this is the one where it would have
Oh
been,
yeah, now
we
I
thought it would have
remember.
been better like in front of the knights instead of behind them.
Okay. I think there's another one then.
Let me get more real quick.
I got a Stafford versus Sedgen game. I guess it's Conan. Is there anything else? Oh, I see. Actually, I've got a Sigma game on Sigma, and this is not an MMO game. It's a jungle season game. But we could vary it up a little bit.
In like other news, I'm looking at the results channel. We never posted the. I guess we didn't need to since we were doing all of them live immediately. But we didn't post the grand finals codes here.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
good
not
point.
on results. I guess I'll like do that after the stream.
Yeah, I think some people were posting the codes.
Yeah, Seikoya was just posting them in event discussion or something as they were happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we did all of them live immediately, and then we never went back to just put them in the results channel. Not that it mattered. Like I think everybody who wanted to watched the videos, but yeah, they should also be in the results channel, in
Yeah.
case people just want to look at the replays through the game itself.
Yeah, that's fair. And like maybe one day we'll get like the replay tool, so someone could go back and like upload them as replays.
I mean, I don't think the games were that good.
Maybe, but just for like record's sake
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than anything. Just
Yeah,
people like to go back and study stuff.
because we might get the replay viewer like a year from now.
Yeah.
The second anniversary.
Yeah, GP has been busy, so what I mean.
Highly understandable. Alright, let's give this one a shot then. Eliza versus Sigma. See how it goes.
Also, you still have like Skyros tweets.
Oh, I do.
And
Oh
the
yeah, like
Twitch
the
tag on
the thing
Bowser.
just didn't disappear when I did that. Alright. There we go. Flies are. I think this might be the first time we've actually covered him. So.
Yeah, I don't think I recognize
Yeah,
this
this is-
name.
All right, let's get into it.
How
Yeah.
do you even pronounce it? Flizer?
I have no
weird.
idea.
Yeah. Well, I guess they can correct us.
We can. And speaking of, Flizer playing Koji in the blue versus Sigma playing Lighter in the green. And I think Flizer's fairly new. Are we gonna see them do the correct opening? That is usually the big test, and yes, they did.
Yeah, okay. They are P1 though, so they could have gone for the immediate tick up to deny the knight, but instead it seems like they're going for the
More traditional.
more
opening.
standard right now, yeah. Sword trade opening. And yeah, both sides seem to be doing that, so that's fine.
How about this?
Yeah, I mean, there's
So-
always that fear of like when you watch a new player if they're gonna like make a mistake in the first like 3 turns.
Yeah, it just runs you forward and cap and then they never heal.
Yeah, I mean, but you know,
Well, actually, this.
sorry.
I just remember this is the person who I think was actually doing testing Mettle around when I started in January, but they just weren't around for a while after that. So they're not.
They're not a completely new player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recognize the name. Yeah. I mean, we've actually done the match, I think, since then. So yeah.
It's hard to like remember everybody though, because like sometimes you go back and look at like old matches on the YouTube, and you're just like, oh, there's like so many people over the years that have like played in events or.
So Zig favoring killing the village over decapping. Ooh, okay. I think that's. Yeah, I think that is the best punish, right? sword crit the sword, then Koji
Oh,
walks
it
down.
is the
with
best bonus if you have a second sword, but he sent his second sword to back
Oh
up.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
never mind.
normally your second sword does the sword crit and your first sword caps what Koji caps. So that would be the correct move. But since he couldn't do that, he suffers.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason I thought it was. Yeah. Whatever.
Yep, and that was the opening mistake. It did happen, but it was later than we thought and on a different thing.
Yeah, and that's
Also
like a
chapter time.
that's like a relatively advanced thing as well.
Yeah, I remember this is one of the first things I heard about this map, because back in the day I would always do quote-unquote research when I didn't trust myself as much. I would just when looking at a new map, I would just like hunt for comments by Sue, because Sue has like this very intuitive and simple. It's not like actually simple, but the explanation is simple. Like he has this very deep understanding that he explains with like a few quick words, and he's like, you always need to send the second sword with Sue, otherwise it's auto lose, something like that. That was one of the first things I ever heard about the map, and I'm like, yeah, well, that sounds like reasonable. And then I played them up a few times, and I'm like, yep, that's why. Just like not enough swords if you don't bring the second with Sue.
Yeah, and I think one thing about Shu that I very much always appreciate is that he's just able to spot like FTA, STA in maps very quickly.
Yeah.
He had like some kind of like math way of like figuring it out or something, and I was just like, oh yeah, you're just like really smart. Maybe I hope one day we get to see Shu and Wargroove too. That would be a lot of fun, I think.
I will ask him whether he wants to come back, because like I pinged a lot of people trying to, you know, remind them that this is still a thing, and the Wargroove 2 is out and it'll be cool. But Sue, I think somebody else asked Sue early on, and he said somewhere that he just wasn't interested at all in the game. But you know, that was a year ago, so it didn't bother him at all for the first year of the game and the first worlds. But you know, it's been a year, something might have changed. So when the new cycle starts, like when the first qualifier is announced, I will go and bother Sue. Ask him, hey, you know, this is happening. Are you maybe interested now? And you know.
I guess we'll get to see. Anyway, looking at this fight, you know, Lytra went in, did some damage, counterattack came in. Koji a little bit deep, but I don't think he's in trouble.
I mean, you're still behind like the dividing mountain between the HQ and center, so you're pretty fine.
Yeah, when there are suicides, that style can be very dangerous.
Yeah, this is nothing quite close enough, and Lytra didn't have tier 2, so... That's the really scary moment. When Lytra has tier 2, it's just like, oh, I have to calculate like every enemy unit being in range. Okay, but Flies is putting up a really nice fight so far. I guess we're gonna see a Koji tier 2?
Oh, is he trying to stay there? Oh!
Oh, that's a nice pick off.
Yeah, that's a nice rogue play. And if you're, you know, blocking all the central tiles with your units, then maybe you can stay there.
Yeah, I think
This
there's
feels
a lot
like-
of stuff in range though.
If
Yeah.
Lytra gets T2 this turn, I feel like this goes bad.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
it could be. Oh yeah, he's actually dead with T2.
Time to
Yeah, picks up the
improvise.
sword from
okay.
behind.
dumps everything behind.
Oh right, and reopens up the dragon side. 20.
Yeah, and I guess just like sword kills at this point.
Oh wait, what? What reaches from the water?
Oh
Does
wait, does
anything-
nothing reach from the water?
Nothing reaches.
Ooh, so he actually survives, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
oh, he
for
might
sure
even have
something.
tier 2 in response to this.
You could have actually taken, I think, a slightly bigger chunk of the army than. Actually, no, this is about the same.
Okay, yeah, Harpy's very dead.
I guess the question is Lytra dead here? Well, if the hex is not hitting Lytra, then that's probably him now.
Yeah, but what does Falazer do? I mean, I guess you just throw it tier 2. There's nothing that can kill the bombs.
Oh wait, is all the anti-air dead? Oh yeah, all the anti-air is dead.
Yeah,
Huh.
the only thing that's possible is the frog could pull a bomb out of the way.
I mean, even if something could kill the bomb, it would heal the Koji. Oh, but no, if you pull it away, then...
Yeah, you just kill Koji.
Oh yeah,
You're
he's
talking
dead.
about-
Oh yeah, he's just very dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rip. Yeah.
The idea was pretty solid, but I think he just was a little bit too
So
deep.
this... Without frogs, this doesn't die.
Yeah. Yeah, very
Right,
true.
because
Yeah, so
even
for-
if you can break the bomb, it will heal Koji because of the bag.
Yeah, for some people who don't know, for some reason, if a Koji bomb dies not from its detonate action, it for some reason there's leftover code that it does a heal instead of a pushback.
Yeah, there was a point when Koji bombs would be healing instead of... Actually, I think they healed and did damage.
Yeah, that was the tier 2 effect. Instead of the push effect, it like healed your stuff. It healed your stuff and damaged enemy stuff, I think. Well, I wasn't there, I just heard from Koja.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a long time ago. And like, I don't... We probably wouldn't even mention it.
But it
Except
still
for-
does it.
It still does it
Yeah.
sometimes, so... just
Yeah,
like one of those...
specifically, yeah. When it dies, when it explodes in any way that isn't you clicking the detonate button.
Yeah.
Actually, he might have still died through the heal though. It's only like as much as the damage would be, right? So
Yeah,
like
like-
23.
Dragon, and he's on like 0 defense.
Yeah,
like-
he was at almost no HP. Yeah, so you would have probably still died.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
well played to Zigma. I mean, Feliza put up a decent fight though. Definitely an interesting game. Zigma gonna take it? Okay, that is us for today. And
Yeah.
we already have a replay queued up for later, so I don't have to like do anything at this point. I can sort videos tomorrow. But thank you everybody for watching. We'll be
Thanks
back.
for the stream.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll
and-
be back tomorrow with my Barret Appreciation stream.
Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I
I
did some like wild stuff in some of my games, so I hope you you have like a good time watching them if nothing else.
I'm sure I'll enjoy.
I don't win all of them as well, which is important. I definitely lose a few, so. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I will catch you all in the future. I'll be back on Thursday. These two will maybe be back tomorrow, so.